Hi, the 1492 guy with more surprises for you. We're talking about the Iroquois Confederacy. Now, they had a constitution, and within that constitution there was about 25 to 30 areas. Now, most of them are very similar to the American Constitution of today. Almost all of them were similar. Historians began admitting 60 or 70 years ago that the American Constitution wasn't based on any type of system that came from the land of kings and queens over there across the ocean. It came from right here in this land in North America. And the French and the English certainly were influenced by the Iroquois, as was Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and many of the other people. The Europeans had known about this system for a long time and had been very suspicious of it too, sending spies over to see about this system where they nominated their leaders and they elected them, and they could remove them from office as well too. Over there in Europe, you could not remove them from office. Their sons and daughters ruled no matter what. The people could hate them. They could be incompetent. They could be totally insane. And everybody knew they were insane, and it didn't matter. They ruled no matter what. Every place in Europe in 1492, and they did that with the sanction of the church and the divine right of kings and queens, which came directly from the Pope and the leaders of the church. So there's 25 parts to that Constitution, and as I say, they're trackable to similarities to today's American Constitution. Now, Congress in 1988, through Resolution number 331, they give the Iroquois Confederacy credit for the idea of influencing and being the ones who really set the pattern for that. It didn't come from anywhere, certainly across the ocean. The French got their ideas of liberty from the Americans, and the Americans from the Iroquois. And the English, in turn, who will sometimes be mentioned that the English influenced, well, that seems odd. When they had a war over representation in the first place, England got their ideas from France, because the nobles and earls and dukes and barons in France, they were all losing their heads, just like the kings and queens, and England could see the writing on the wall and knew it would be happening to them soon as well too. So there's two houses in that Constitution, very similar, and they tried to use a system which was unanimous, and the Iroquois Confederacy who had 50 people voting. And now in the American, the first 12 years, the Articles of Confederation that they tried to use a unanimous system, but they couldn't agree. They were stealing Indian land, and that's well documented, and that's what they were fighting over. They had to switch to 2/3, the way it is today. Anyway, for now, the 1492 guy, signing out. Bye for now.